also give them time to take stock of what is happening elsewhere. If you read the history of Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab when he was caliph, Umar ibn al-Khattab is the founding father of governance and administration in Islam. And he's also known to be the founding father of the principles of responsible governance and administration, what people call today good governance or responsible administration. The foundations were laid by Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab. One of the exercises that he used to do was that he makes sure Hajj that he is there. And while he's there during the Hajj, the governors from all over the Islamic world, the muftis, those that are in authority from all over the Islamic world, and the Islamic world was a very big, very vast dominion. They're all there in Mecca. He will meet each and every one of them. He will listen to them, achievements, what their constraints were, and what their complaints are. He will not only confine this to the rulers, the scholars, the imams, and the muftis and the authority, the common people. When he's done with him, he'll go to the common people. Like you people are coming from North Africa. What are your complaints against your rulers? What are your complaints against your imams? Or your religious, or your scholars? So by the end of the Hajj, as the Caliph of the Islamic State, he would have had from all the sectors of life, he would have had a comprehensive picture of what is happening, and this gives him a unique opportunity to address problems and concerns. Now that how to call it, dispensation does not exist anymore, but it still gives us chance as Muslims to come together. Like, look at this difference that we're having today over the citation of the month. Muslims could agree that during the Hajj we meet in Mecca and have a discussion and develop a strategy. Do you know that Abu Bakr, there's a group that they call it the Tablighi movement. They are known in the Gambia as Al-Markaz people. But the real name of this Jama'ah, and this Jama'ah, like I always say, this Jama'ah and the Salafis should have been the best Jama'at because of the nature of their philosophy. This Jama'ah, but of course politics spoiled them, but this Jama'ah is still the best Jama'ah. What they do, they have the habit that, after, let's say, the Hajj, they will send their different missions to various parts of the Islamic world to preach Islam. And they will agree that they will not meet until next year Hajj time, where in Mecca. So the mission will meet in Mecca. They have their headquarters in Bangladesh or India. So they will meet in Mecca after the Hajj. And missions from all over the Islamic world and beyond the Islamic world, Europe, anywhere they send mission, they converge on Mecca. And then now they listen to each other, each other's report, they get stock of what is happening elsewhere. Then after they develop their strategies and then send their missions again. So this is an opportunity which is provided by Hajj. Okay. Secondly, as ordinary people, if you have been to Mecca, you have the opportunity to see different people, to interact with different people, to see different realities on the ground, and also don't forget about the economic aspect, business. And some of this manafi', these benefits are financial benefit. Business remains a critical element of Hajj. You understand? By definition, business is part of Hajj. But at the same time, too, the same way that business prospers during the Hajj, charity prospers during the Hajj. There are people who keep on saving money. Immediately after the Hajj, they open special accounts, saving money until Hajj next year. When the Hajj comes next year, they come and spend all that they were saving on the part of God. You understand? Our own president spent a lot of money, his own money, during the Hajj. So in other words, that gathering, which is the largest gathering of mankind on earth, provides us the unique opportunity to do so many things, which are of social, cultural, economic, financial, political. They are multidimensional benefits and issues.
Okay, just to add on to that, Doctor, I think also the gathering in itself, shows to non-Muslims the might and the power that Islam has. Yeah. And its force of bringing people together. Before, yes. When Islam started, and normally when you see anywhere you see a large gathering, a large gathering always has its own political strength. Like if you pass, when they are doing their rallies, you see a political rally where a lot of people so many people come. You say, oh, this party is very popular. So this politic used to exist, particularly in the early days of Islam.
that it would, Islam would prefer to see Muslims coming together in their large numbers for a specific purpose, so that those that are not Muslims, or those that who thought that Islam will not make it, Islam will survive, will not survive, they themselves will see to it that this has become a very force to be reckoned with. But of course, where we are now, we have gone beyond. And you know, that was why, if you look at the 8 recipients of zakat, the 8 recipients of zakat, one of them is a group of non-Muslims, group of non-Muslims. Just give them zakat as a way of showing them the Islamic generosity, as a way of making them understand that this is a generous way of life. And these are people who are out there to serve the interests of humanity. You understand? But now where Islam is today, you know, so, how do you call it, deeply rooted everywhere and become so widely represented everywhere. Some of these political strategies are not necessary anymore.
What do you think is lacking in Islam, globally, I mean?
I can recall there was a public lecture that I listened to by one Egyptian scholar. He was a very powerful speaker. I don't know where he is now. Professor Jabir al-Kumayha is the name. He said, we as Muslims, as Ummah, nafqulu shay'ayn hammayni. We lack 2 important aspects in our way of life. First one, he said, qudwa hasana, that is exemplary leadership in the Islamic world, particularly among the ulama. Exemplary leadership. We are engaged in infighting. Look at what is happening in Egypt is very unfortunate. Who is fighting who? Who is spilling the blood of who? In whose interests are they fighting? It happened in Afghanistan. Syria. It happened between the Palestinian people. Syria. You understand? So this is what we call qudwa hasana. We don't have exemplary leadership among us, particularly among the ulama. And among even the political leaders also, you see very, very few among the Muslim leaders who are sincerely committed to the cause of Islam. Most of them, they only pay lip services to Islam. And when they are out of their jurisdictions, when they are in other environment, they even feel inferior to demonstrate or to show to people that they are Muslims. They don't even want to be associated with it.